know that feeling when you are stressed because of a problem? Here's a tip. The problem is not the problem is your attitude about the problem. Do you understand? I'm sure you know who said this. Hello everyone and welcome to Top Things. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the sensational video that follows. Sure enough, you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's see what our favorite actors are doing. Prepare for Pirates of the Caribbean cast, then and now. In 2003, Privateers of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl debuted to low assumptions. The film depended on a Disney amusement park ride and it looked like one more cheesy, if family-accommodating Disney film. The film refuted everybody. Pundits commended it as a brave, clever experience. Johnny Depp procured an Oscar designation for the whimsical, savvy Captain Jack Sparrow. Keira Knightley was acquainted with the world as Elizabeth Swann, and Orlando Bloom, likewise featuring in the Lord of the Rings arrangement at that point, left fans fainting. After 14 years, the establishment is currently 5 motion pictures long. Like a Fast and Furious of the ocean, it continues onward. Dead Man's Chest 2006, At World's End 2007, On Stranger Tides 2011 have made billions of dollars in the cinematic world, even as pundits heave spoiled tomatoes at them. The new film Dead Men Tell No Tales makes a big difference for the establishment and imprints the arrival of Knightley and Bloom, who weren't in On Stranger Tides. Here's the place where the fundamental entertainers of the Privateers of the Caribbean have been up to between the 2003 debut of Revival of the Black Pearl and the most recent portion. Zoe Saldana, Anna Maria. At that point, you may recall Zoe Saldana from Privateers of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, in which she plays a privateer who stores up resentment toward Jack Sparrow. Already, Saldana had been in youngster-arranged motion pictures like Junction and Drumline. Presently, starring in Symbol, the most elevated earning film ever, absolutely raised Saldana's profile. Saldana had a huge breakout year in 2009, and now she's a part of the Avatar, Star Trek, and Guardians of the Galaxy series. The 35-year-old is additionally supposed to be engaged with Symbol 2, which would almost certainly hit theaters in 2015, and is at present set to get one of the Guardians of the Galaxy coming in 2014. Kevin McNally, Joshua Gibbs. At that point, Joshua Gibbs, Sparrow's correct-hand man and an admirer of rum, was played by Kevin McNally. McNally, Depp, and Rush are the solitary entertainers to show up in every one of the 4 Privateers of the Caribbean motion pictures. Presently, McNally was repeating character Horace Bryant on Downton Abbey. You can hear his voice as Robert Faulkner in Professional Killers Creed 3 computer game. OHara Lt Gillette. At that point, Lieutenant Gillette, Norrington's number 2, was crafted by Damien O'Hare. It was the Irish entertainer's second screen appearance after a little job in the TV arrangement Extreme Force. Presently, after passing on the second and third Privateers of the Caribbean motion pictures, O'Hare returned as Gillette in On Stranger Tides. He likewise, as of late, played a Hatfield in the miniseries Hatfields and McCoys and did a scene of CSI crime scene investigation. Mackenzie, Crook, Rigetti. At that point, Pintel's privateer accomplice and individual supplier of light-hearted element, Rigetti, was played by Mackenzie, Crook. While Crook may have been new to American crowds, he was a really serious deal in his local England because of his job of Gareth Keenan on the first British adaptation of The Office. Presently, Crook has snared with another truly famous TV arrangement. You may remember him as Wildling Orell on the 3rd period of Game of Thrones. Lee Arenberg, Pintel. At that point, Lee Arenberg was Privateer Pintel in Privateers of the Caribbean. If you perceived Arenberg underneath all the grime, it might have been from Seinfeld, on which he played untrustworthy bookie Mike Moffat for his various appearances as different characters in the Star Trek establishment. Presently, Arenberg is right now playing the diminutive person Grumpy on the arrangement some time ago. He additionally plays a repetitive character on Californication. Jonathan Pryce, Governor Weatherby Swan. At that point, the Governor Weatherby Swan in Privateers of the Caribbean went to Jonathan Pryce. A very cultivated stage entertainer, Pryce had likewise observed a lot of film achievement, remembering a featuring job for the clique Exemplary Brazil and vital supporting turns in movies like Glengarry Glen Ross and Tomorrow Never Dies. Pryce was a prominent Thrones character, playing the High Sparrow. He was also Cardinal Wolsey in the acclaimed miniseries Wolf Hall, and hilariously played a fictionalized version of Philip Roth in Listen Up, Philip. Pryce's role as Weatherby Swan in Black Pearl was his first major blockbuster film, but he followed it up by playing the United States President in the G.I. Joe movies. Like Davenport, At World's End was Pryce's last Pirates movie. Presently, Price played the President in G.I. Joe Retaliation. He likewise played the title character in the 2012 London creation of Ruler Lear. Jack Davenport James Norrington. At that point, Commander James Norrington has muddled associations with Sparrow, Turner, and Swan in Privateers of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. The character, who was played by Jack Davenport, was simply expected to be in the principal film, yet was brought back for the initial 2 spin-offs in light of the fact that he clicked with crowds. Davenport first came to conspicuousness in quite a while local England by featuring on the BBC dramatization This Is Life, and was first presented to American crowds in The Talented Mr. Ripley. Presently, Davenport most as of late played womanizing theater chief Derek Wills on the now-dropped NBC arrangement Crush. He's been hitched to entertainer Michelle Gomez since 2000, and they have 1 child. Jeffrey Rush Barbosa. At that point, Rush was given a role as Barbosa on the grounds that Chief Gore Verbinski realized he would play the privateer as a straight-up reprobate and do whatever it takes not to give the character an excessive amount of intricacy. This isn't to imply that Rush can't do multifaceted nature, as he is one of the more regarded entertainers of his age and has an Oscar, Shine, an Emmy, Life and Death of Peter Sellers, and a Tony, Exit the King, to demonstrate it. Presently, Rush as of late featured in the sentimental dramatization The Best Offer. Next up for the 61-year-old is the World War II show The Book Thief. Keira Knightley Elizabeth Swan. At that point, while Curve It Like Beckham was Knightley's advancement job, it was Privateers of the Caribbean that transformed the effective youngster entertainer into an undeniable star. In 2003, she additionally showed up in the outfit Christmas film Love Actually. Presently, in 2012, Knightley was a fairly impossible co-star to Steve Carell in Looking for a Friend for the End of the World. The 28-year-old will play Adam Levine's ex in the melodramatic comedy Can a Song Save Your Life, and afterwards star in Jack Ryan vs. Chris Pine. You can see Knightley in the coming 2019 period film The Aftermath, a post-World War II movie. Orlando Bloom Will Turner. At that point, Bloom was engaged with Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings, another gigantic film establishment, when he endorsed on to play metalworker-turned-sailor Will Turner. His other early jobs remembered turns for Dark Hawk Down and Ned Kelly. Presently, Bloom hasn't been in a film since 2011's The Three Musketeers, however is set to play his mainstream Legolas character in both forthcoming Hobbit continuations and star in the verifiable spine chiller Zulu. He is hitched to Victoria's Secret model Miranda Kerr. Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow. At that point, everything about Johnny Depp's vocation and individual style proposed he'd one day play a daring marauder, and Privateers of the Caribbean at last gave him that possibility. The job of Jack Sparrow was at first composed for Hugh Jackman, however Disney chose the Australian wasn't sufficiently attractive and gone to Depp, who broadly put together the character with respect to Keith Richards, subsequent to presuming that privateers were the demigods of the 18th century. Presently, Depp, who as of late turned 50, keeps on being one of the greatest celebrities on the planet. Depp plays Tonto in the mid-year blockbuster The Lone Ranger and will assume the job of genuine criminal Whitey Bulger in Dark Mass. He will repeat his Jack Sparrow job indeed in Privateers of the Caribbean 5, which is set for discharge in 2015. Did you know who gave you the advice at the beginning of the video? What do you say? Leave a comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified when a new video appears. Take care of yourself.